Hello, people. This is Vance Michelle here for Coffee Tawlk Live, man. You know what we do every day, trying to bring positivity and share our happiness with the world, man. Y'all know me. I'm Vito Blaze of Coffee Tawlk, man. And if you don't know what Coffee Tawlk is, it's a podcast that's on iTunes and Spotify. And please follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page, which is on Coffee Tawlk, man. I'm your boy Vito Blaze, repping comedy gang, man. And I'm here to deliver some positive news to you. Okay, because every day you may look on the news and you might see news about Trump. You might see news about COVID-19. Shit might bring you down. You might see news about this curfew, us being locked up behind bars. We have to go home after 8 p.m. Because after 8 p.m. we gotta be inside, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing to a nigga like me that's been in jail. You know what I'm saying? This pandemic, this curfew finna be a breeze. But anyway, I got other good stories to tell y'all right now, man. Like right now, The Rock, as y'all know, Dwayne Johnson, famous actor, former WWE wrestler, he actually gave away a $3,000 truck to a guy that took him in when he was homeless. Not once, but twice. I mean, the boy Rock was homeless once when he was 9. You know what I'm saying? Because his mom got evicted. Him and his mom got evicted out of their house in Hawaii. So they had to move to Tennessee. And then after that, at 15, you know, it came to an agreement where him and his, he thought he had to go live with his dad. But that shit didn't end up happening with living with his dad. You know, that motherfucker ended up homeless again. But there was this guy named Bruno that took him in, you know what I'm saying, and took him in and showed The Rock love, even though he didn't have a home at one time, not one time, but twice in his life. Bruno took him in, let him, you know, helped him up while he was on his feet. And now, you know, The Rock is on his feet for sure, man. My man got like 3 Fast and movies in. He got a Disney movie in. I mean, The Rock made millions being a wrestler, you know, and then now he came around and gave the boy Bruno back a $3,000 truck, man. So that's what's up, man. You got to show gratitude to the ones that deserve it, man. And you see how being kind comes in favor everywhere you go. So people, don't be afraid to show kindness when you can, yo. And don't think that, yo, you ain't got enough to be kind. Be kind even though you got little, man. I'm telling you, get yourself in a circle of kindness. If you get yourself in a circle of kindness, I'm telling you, man, life will be better for you. Moving on, yo. You know, there's a lot of news out there that got you scared about pollution and shit, because pollution might bring you down. You know what I mean? Pollution got you scared. You thinking like, damn, the world is going to end because, you know, or, you know, Greta Thunberg is warning us. That little girl is telling us that, yo, you know, pollution is going to kill us in a couple of years. You know, there's not enough water going around. The ice caps are melting. Well, you know what? Saudi Arabia is doing something to solve this. They're actually making a city where there'll be no cars, no streets, and no pollution. And where the sun and the wind will generate almost all the electricity, yo. For real. And there's going to be a network of AI operated automated transport that's going to be taken everywhere. This city's going to look like the Jetsons, B. I'm telling you. And this shit is called The Line. So, like, look it up. Saudi Arabia's out there doing a goddamn thing, making a city, you know, with no zero carbon and zero traffic, man. Shout out to Saudi Arabia for doing that. I'm sure Greta Thunberg is so happy that she's pissing in her goddamn pants right now. Yo, anyway, I want to talk about this morning's Coffee Tawlk, yo. And if you don't know what Coffee Tawlk is by now, it's a podcast that you could get on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube. All you got to do is just search Coffee Tawlk with Vito Blaze. And when I was saying on this is that you ain't got to be afraid to celebrate other people's winnings, man. You don't. And don't be afraid to tell other people that they pretty, man. Because someone else's beauty doesn't mean that you're ugly. Or someone else's success doesn't mean that you're unsuccessful. Don't fall into a trap where you're comparing yourself, man. Go out there and celebrate other motherfuckers' winnings. Like I said the other day and yesterday, if you ain't catch, when you celebrate other people's winnings, that vibe will get you winning. right. Speaking of a motherfucking winner, I want to introduce to the motherfucking show right now my boy to the stage. You know what I'm saying? He's a 34 member. He's a comedian from Montreal. He's been touring all over the goddamn place. As much as he could be, he's French. I think he's from France himself, or he's a real Quebecois. I don't know. I gotta ask the guy when he comes on, But this guy, he's been doing. He got like 3 podcasts right now. I think he got one with. He got the 34. He got the Tabernacle podcast with Max Pitt, and then he got another one. He got the 34 the 34 version français, because he's a français dude. Yo, give it up for my fellow Quebecois to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Quebecois myself. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was born right here in Montreal. Je suis Montréalais. Je suis né ici. All right, let me bring my boy to the stage. Mr. Joey Laflamee. Guys, welcome Mr. Joey Laflamee.
All right, guys. How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm great, man. How you doing, son?
I'm doing good. Just one thing though, I'm no longer on Los Tabarnacos. The working relationship wasn't working, but I have my own English podcast where it's called a Saturday Afternoon Podcast.
Oh, okay. That's is it you and Claudio, or is it just you?
It's me alone. I want to get into the motion of talking, so to help my stand-up, actually.
Exactly, man. Because I'm telling you, comedians right now, if we ain't doing stand-up or doing videos and podcasting, that's it, man. Mm-hmm. And right now, we ain't doing a lot of stand-up, so we got to get into the podcasting and videos so we can keep our goddamn chops up and do shows like this Coffee Tawlk Live.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and the podcasting, that can be a really great tool for writing jokes, actually.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many jokes that just come in between the conversations.
Yes.
Like, just like yesterday's alone Coffee Tawlk Live with Peter Bowen. I think I came up with like 2 bits during that.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, and then when you having these podcasts, you look back and you listen to them and you be like, oh shit, that's a bit right there,
Especially for you, because you have on stage, I noticed that you have a really conversational type of comedy. Like the way you speak on stage is pretty much the same out of stage, so it's kind of really awesome to watch you go. So I can imagine you doing a podcast. You have like 2-3 bits per podcast written.
Yeah. It's crazy, and it's comes with skill, and I'm sure that's what you see too. But as you because of yourself, you got those podcasts, and then you see as you repeating it, you just notice that you're flowing better more and more. Exactly. Like a lot of people, you can have talent, but it's that work that makes it like that talent more better and more skillful, man. And it gets on to what I wanna ask you. Like you see yourself as you doing your podcast and you doing your comedy. I'm sure you got a vision for yourself. You got a goal probably in your head, maybe at the same time. Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that they do their thing, they on their grind. They're CEOs, big companies and shit like that. They got all small companies, but they still effective. I see effective people having vision boards. And I'm asking you, my man, what are the 5 things on your vision board? Or if you don't have one, I mean, what are the 5 things you will just put on your vision board right now? Just right now, 5 things. It could be anything, any fucking thing, or any situation, or any person. I got people on my shit.
All right, so the main thing for me, it's stand-up comedy. I want to make a living out of stand-up, and I see myself like touring in the US and Canada, like touring around doing my stuff and kind of being free, not being like tied to a TV channel or anything. I don't care about being a star or anything. All I want is to make a living out of doing comedy. And for me, podcasting, it's just a tool for me to get better at it. Like, so let's
put comedy. We gotta get specific when you're on a vision board. Specific. So
Okay.
let's put you, because you said not tied down to anything. So
Yeah.
let's put YouTube comedy special.
Yeah.
All right, because those things is making money.
Yeah.
YouTube. So guys, look out for Joey Laflame's YouTube comedy special coming soon. It's coming
Yeah.
out. It's gonna be called Laflame.
Yeah. Vito Blaze and Joey Laflame. Exactly.
Joey's Laflame. I'll host it, son. And you got an hour to spit your shit, son. Don't worry about it, son.
Awesome.
You got it. By the time that shit come up, you got the skill. You're gonna be putting in that work. I was saying that on Coffee Tawlk this morning. For those who follow Coffee Tawlk on Instagram, if you don't, man, follow Coffee Tawlk at Coffee Tawlk on Instagram. I was saying that, yo, you gotta put in the work, because once you put in that work, it turns into skill. And you can have all the talent in the world, but putting in that work.
No, if you have the talents and you're lazy, that you're going nowhere, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of people might look at this and being like, "God damn, I feel bad about myself because I've been lazy." Listen, man, don't feel bad about yourself, okay? I'm sure you're trying. So what's another thing you put on your motherfucking vision? What you see in your life, Joe? Besides the YouTube special.
Beside of YouTube special, yeah. YouTube special is not so much a big goal for me. Like, it's just a way for my main goal, being free, doing what I like. Like, stand-up comedy is something I enjoy doing. I love it, and I'm the way I look at it, I'm like, oh shit, if I can like pay my bills with that, I'd be fucking happy. Like, I don't need the specials. I don't need like the fucking theater with hundred of thousands of people. All I need is enough people to enjoy my stuff. Weird stuff, by the way. Enjoying my weird fucking stuff.
So just getting paid basically in comedy.
Yeah.
So we can put that
living out of comedy. That's my goal.
And financial freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
Financial freedom, yo. I feel you. Paid comedy career, financial freedom, paid comedy career, and I guess content creator.
Yeah, I like doing podcasts also. Like the podcasting, I see it as a tool, but I have a lot of fun doing it, obviously, or else I wouldn't be doing it. But the way it works, like we're having a conversation right now, and sometimes people will react in the comments, and they are like the hecklers or the people you see when you're on stage. You see a lot of shit going on, right? And you can comment.
I would like to see my comments right now, yo. Hold on, let me see if I can see my motherfucking comments. Okay. All right. Shout out to you, Luigi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the party did start. Shit. What up, Peter Bowen? All right, man. So now, who the fuck put the sad face on our live? Like, we making them sad right now.
Okay.
That's crazy. All right, whatever.
My suicide joke I'm working on right now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like the podcast thing. You bounce off the questions off the people in the comments and shit like that.
There you go.
So I guess you see yourself becoming a better host at things.
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't spoke a lot about it, but one of my plan after the confinement is over is there's the 34 open mic that we did before, and you play on it a couple of times. But there's another open mic I would like to try in a punk metal bar, like to try to touch to another type of crowd.
You see yourself doing like street interviews and shit like that?
I don't think so. Doing what do you mean by street interviews?
Like asking, you know, those videos where they ask people to do where they ask them a question, like, and then after that, you know, you ask another person just to see their reaction. Like, you might ask a question, like a stupid question, like, "Hey, would you eat this poutine, or would you have sex with that girl?"
Oh yeah. I could see myself doing something like that. It's not on my list of 5 things I was thinking about, but now you're talking about it. It's something I would be willing to experiment.
Okay, that's great. Now we got your vision board. That's pretty good, man. You should go out there and work on that. Now I see you're a comedian too, because to me, a comedian and a comic, because there's a comic and then there's a comedian.
Yeah.
A lot of people will think comic and comedians are the same thing. Comic is a person that goes on the stage, tells a joke, tells just jokes. They're jokes that may not be related to him, but they're just related in general, and everybody will laugh still. So that's a comic. And then there's comedian, where he'll take his life, he'll just tell stories of his life and make that funny. So like, you as a comedian, what in your life do you think is funny?
Life in itself, I don't think it is that funny though, but it is my job to kind of find a way to make it funny. That's why I do the comedy I do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I make joke about rape, murder, and everything, and those are not funny in itself. I don't watch like kids getting killed in a bus, for example, and being like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. No, I'm like, I think about it and I'm like, yeah, maybe I can write something funny about it, which is two different things for me. So I don't think life is that funny. My life is funny. I always say my life is kind of fucking boring, but if I can make that boring thing as something funny, that's where talents come in.
Okay. Shout out to Gordy Simpson, who just joined in the motherfucking party right now. You're watching Coffee Tawlk Live featuring Joey Laflamee. He was just saying that life ain't motherfucking funny for him, but he's still working on his jokes on murder and stuff like that. And you're working on your jokes and your bits. Do you plan on bringing anything new to the stage once we get back to the stage?
During the second confine, because usually I was doing liners, because before that, because I know I'm an open micer, so basically I'm in a phase where I can experiment with different style. At first, I thought I had bits, but they were just jokes with long setups, so they weren't that good. So that's why you saw some jokes I made shorter, like liners, because I wanted to get into the motion of writing actual short and concise jokes. Now I feel like I'm at the step where I should try to package those jokes into bits instead of doing non sequiturs. So now I'm trying to work on more bits-oriented type of material. So maybe what my new 5 minutes won't look at all like the last 5 minutes you saw, because I'm experimenting. I'm trying different stuff.
That's good. Yeah, it's always good to experiment. Try to see which way you're gonna land in the sand. Just take a jump and just see where you're gonna land.
There you go.
And then just hopefully you don't fucking sink there. Yeah. Like, now I see you do a whole bunch of podcasts. Now, me, I'm doing a podcast, and as I'm doing podcasts, you start to listen to other people's podcasts. Like, I started listening to Agree to Disagree. Shout out to Luigi. That shit rhymes, so you know it's the truth. I listened to the Jofo. Listen to the Dirty Fours. There's a couple of them. There's the Friendship Hour with Oren and Jason. There's a couple of just coming up out of the blue from here. Is there any one of those, that not the national podcast? I'm talking about local podcasts. Is there? I want to put you on the spot now. Let me see. Is there any of which one is your favorite?
Obviously, my favorite one, the local one, is like the Pantelis morning podcast, just for the sheer quality and like the chemistry that Pantelis is having with Poseidon. I'm also a big fan of the Jofos. What they do is really good, I think. The quality is there, the chemistry is there. I've done that podcast once, and yeah, like any guest they have, they always find a way to bring the sparks into their podcast. So that's why I enjoy a lot, like the Jofo podcast.
Yeah. That podcast is lit, man. And I was just noticing with these guys is growth, because I seen these guys from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I performed on the Jofo Jam. I've been on the podcast twice, I think.
Okay.
I think twice. I feel like I've been there twice. I feel like I did it twice.
Oh, it was so long ago. Like you could have cut it in two.
Yeah. But I feel like I've been there twice. I don't know. I've been high. I'm so high when I get there. When I get there, I'm high. So like, I feel like I've done that shit twice though. But yeah, yo, the thing with Joe Fo with them is that is growth with these guys because they first started with just two guys just wanting to do a podcast. Now they look like guys that's been doing a podcast. That's like at first they look like just two guys just fiddling, like trying to like like with the thing with the head in there, just a thought like, yo, I think we could do a podcast better than all these motherfuckers. And that was their thought. That was their whole mindset the first 10, 20 episodes that they went in. Now they look like, yo, they are the podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
That's better than
they received a pretty good shout out also from Mike Ward at 2 Drink Minimum.
Huh?
Yeah, Mike Ward was talking about local podcast, and amongst the really good one he talked about, Mike Ward mentioned the Jofos, which is pretty good actually.
Yeah, the Jofo. So shout out to the Jofo for coming up out the blue, now leading the goddamn charge, yo. Now, I guess that was thank you for being on Coffee Tawlk Live, Mr. Joey Laflamee. And before you go, do you got anything that you want to say or anything that you want to promote for the peoples out there in Coffee Tawlk?
All right, so for those listening, yes, I'm going to plug it now. For those listening, in about 2 hours, I have the Saturday afternoon podcast where I'm just shooting the shit by my lonely self. On Tuesday, me and Claudio, we have the 34 podcast version française. Maybe we're going to have Peter. Basically, it's just like Claudio trying to speak French because he's trying to tap into the French side of the comedy scene in Montreal. Yeah.
Man,
he did a bordel that was kind of funny, but on the bilingual show, he's fucking good. Like when he tried to speak French, he just say tabarnak for no reason. It's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it with you and Claudio and Tony Riccio.
Yeah, that was good. Like I like when I have a guest that speaks a lot. Like people I saw those people in the comment that was like, "Oh, he's taking over," but I'm like, dude, he's the guest. That's let him skate, man. Just let him skate. It's not about marking points. Like that's the thing with podcasting. What I like about it, it's not about marking points and getting more followers. It's about like just creating good moments, entertaining moments. And if I'm inviting somebody, like my philosophy about it, it's I don't care if it's not me, the star of this show, as long as the show works well.
Yes, exactly. I'm all about putting up the show, and that's a good mindset of a good host, man. You got to put others before yourself. It's all about holding other people up so the show could be good. It's not even about putting yourself out there while people are behind you, and then that's the show. Nah, the best shows are when the hosts hold the other people up, and then it's all about making other people laugh with the other people, pushing the other people in front of you, and that makes the better shows. I learned that the hard way doing fucking a lot of smallest open mics, man.
Oh shit! Yeah, those are good open mics though. I hope you're still gonna do those.
Yeah, man. Yo. And then you too, when the shit gets back up, like start hosting more of those 34 open mics, because hosting is what actually elevates your stand-up game to a whole nother level. Just like the podcasting, it adds another level. The hosting adds another level. Improv adds another level. Like I advise any comedian, once the shit gets back up, to go, because I used to go to this shit when I was starting out, and that shit helped a lot. The fucking those Sunday nights classes at St. Catherine.
Were they the Joey Elias comedy workshop?
Nah. It's not the comedy workshop. It's a improv class. It's free.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So on Sundays it'd be at 5 p.m.
I went to one once, but I was pretty depressed about work situation, so I went into it really. So like Victoria was like, "Yeah, you're pretty tame, your stuff compared to the other ones that was shooting people up." So I was expecting you like going like a notch further in terms of going like really violent, but I was depressed. So I was just arguing with my fake girlfriend. That was kind of weird. And the guy that was coaching the whole thing was like, you don't realize that when you're on stage, you have to be likable, but there's nothing to like about you yelling on your girlfriend. And I'm like,
He
oh,
told
no.
you straight up, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Tripping. He was told you straight up that you was tripping. But
That's
yeah,
good. You need a feedback.
the improv helps you a lot, though. I
Yes.
mean, like after when you repeatedly go on it, because it makes you not afraid to push. Like if you got something, a new joke or a new bit, you won't be afraid to test it out more. Like after you done improv, because you tested mad shit in improv. When you do stand up, you're just like, whatever, I'll test this new bit. Like you already shed all types of embarrassment on improv. So when you go when you go do stand up, you're just like, yo, this ain't shit. Like this ain't embarrassing. Like I might say something and I might bomb, whatever. You're not gonna feel no type of like it. Basically, improv it toughens up your skin more quicker than more stage time. More people be like, yo, do more stage time so you get that tough skin. If you do the stage time and improv stage time, yo, your skin get tough quick, yo, real quick.
You want to
so quick,
story?
You look at Grumpy's like, yeah, that's why I be looking at Grumpy's like, whatever, yo. Because I was just at improv. I just made a fool out of myself in front of a whole bunch of people. Like this Grumpy,
invisible balls and everything.
I'm ready to bomb in front of these 3 people and love it. Like I'm smiling. I can't wait to do this shit.
And that's why
I go today with a whole hype feeling.
To test jokes, to bomb, to test things. If it laughs, the better. But you just want those stage times. And the thing for me that kind of make me stop like overthinking about everything. That was the first time I went to the I think it was the Make Events that was hosted by Ben Cardilli, and I did my set. It was really, really bad, and that was my second set I ever did in front of people. So basically, I did pretty bad. And then when I asked later that night, Goofy, how I did, he said to me, "I don't remember your stuff." So basically, if you do wrong, nobody in the room will remember. So it's not like you're going to be like blocked from GFL because you bombed 5 minutes 10 years ago.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Plus, I wouldn't even take that personally from Ben. Like, what time was it? It was like 1 a.m.
Something
when you was
like
up
that.
there.
I think so, yeah. And it wasn't Ben that told me that. It was Goofy.
He was probably blasted by it. Probably was looking at your shit like he was looking. He couldn't even put together the words that were coming out of your mouth at that time. Well, thank you, Joey Laflamee, for your experience, for answering my questions. Love talking with you. I'm looking forward to being on the 34 podcast on the 31st, and kicking in with you.
Going down tomorrow with Gabriel Massi.
Huh? And Gabriella. Oh yeah, shout out to Gab, Shitty Hands, old Gab, old Massey. Shitty Hands Massey is gonna be on 34 tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Shout out to my man P Bones, who's the only viewer that's watching right now. I think we had a couple, but they came in, they came out. I mean, I guess we wasn't too live for them. We wasn't twerking enough booty for these motherfuckers to stay on. I should show my dick. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? We on Facebook. Follow my OnlyFans if you want to catch that. All right, Peter Bowen, yo. I will put you in the background. You want to stick around, but I'm gonna end the show. You take care, all right?
All right, man. See you around.
Peace. All right, guys, man. This has been Coffee Tawlk Live. All right. And if you know, now you know. And if you want more Coffee Tawlk Live in your life, all you got to do is follow us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Okay, that's it. It's that simple. To follow us and search us on iTunes, Spotify, by Coffee Tawlk with Vito. And follow us on Instagram at Coffee Tawlk and like the Facebook page, Coffee Tawlk. And that's all your boy got to say. Guys, this has been a great, lovely show. And please tune in next week with our guests. I don't know. It's going to be big, though. It's going to be a big guest. We're going to have a big guest next week. All right, you guys take care. Have a great one. Oh. if you didn't catch this episode, you like this episode, or you want to rewatch this episode, then you could rewatch it on Facebook, or you could catch the audio of this video on iTunes and Spotify. That's right. We're worldwide. Peace. If you want to hear more Coffee Talk, then please follow Coffee Talk with Vito Blaze on Spotify and iTunes. And if you want to see more Coffee Talk, then please follow Vance Michelle on YouTube.